first rotation to see them end the way that they did? What does that show you about where they are with that?
It was just absolutely fantastic, the way Jasmine was able to start. And Jasmine was on tonight. She was very aggressive. Her energy was there. So to see her, really take that initiative and, we told her, you're starting it off again, all right? This is the last rotation. It's a new rotation. Let's go. And that was her season high so far, 9.875. And she just did everything I could have asked of her on that rotation. And it does set him up when you have someone that can start off the rotation like that. So it was a great way to finish.
Sorry, go ahead.
Coach, will you take me through Cindy Seed's 10 there at the end? I mean, what was kind of going through your head there? What was the reaction like?
Well, we just wanted to be a little bit more aggressive because I think they try to be too perfect sometimes. And so for her, it was just, telling her to be aggressive before she gets out there. And Chess was up after that first pass in the whip double tuck. It was absolutely beautiful. I mean, she did that to a T. She got a 10, so everything was. But the middle pass is, been consistent for her. It hasn't been an issue. And her leaps is something that she tends to sometimes, one lower leg. Again, she just really was able to work through her dance. We wanted that performance, kind of leading after Jasmine, who had such a great performance. It was like, perform. And she did that. And ending with her double pike was just absolutely, in the right direction. She had a few in warm-up, which we're going back a little bit. So she was on. It was absolutely beautiful. It was exciting.
And then I think that was like 4 straight weeks with like a 9-9 or higher on the floor. I mean, what does that consistency bring to you guys, and what does that say about the competitor she is on the floor?
Oh, she's definitely a competitor. I mean, I think that's the word I would use for Sydney is competitor. And so floor has been a good event where she's just been consistent. And she's been consistent overall on all the events. So it's really nice to have that consistency within athletes, and you know what to expect from them.
Did you feel that it was going to be a 10 after she was done?
It was going to be close. They can always try to find something, and so without, pinpointing it, I definitely thought it would be close, especially, she got the 9.9.5, which with 110 a couple weeks back, and so it was a stellar routine.
For you, how exciting in your first season to have an athlete get a 10. So
yeah, well, it's the first 10 in Stegman Coliseum since 2010. Grace Taylor on the balance beam. So it's been a long time for these fans coming. I'm glad we have the 10 sides back out there because there's a lot of possibility within the 4 events for 10s to happen for this team.
And then you speak of the crowd and Stegman and everything. I mean, I felt like for the first 3 rotations, the crowd was kind of not usually where it was. I mean, what did that 10 do to kind of get the crowd back in it and kind of bring some momentum?
Well, I think it started from the team, bringing the energy and saying there is one more event. Fans are here, they're cheering for you, give them a show. And that's what they did. And so I do believe it started with them and getting the fans going again.
What did y'all tell Marissa, after bars and before beam? Obviously, she did really well on beam, but followed up, obviously, probably not what she was hoping for.
Yeah, don't harp too much on the mistakes during the competition. They do have more events to go, so you just kind of chalk it up to what it is and move on. And for beam, just kind of staying in her zone. She needs to do one skill at a time and really be aggressive again with her skills. And she knew she had pretty much a perfect routine up until that dismount. I think that dismount was the 10th and a half from that 10. Honestly, she had a fantastic routine. And when you get to the dismount, knowing you have such a great routine, sometimes you get ahead of yourself. So that's all I put that on the balance beam.
How close are you to finding that 6th person on the floor with Oakley or whoever else? How close is she to getting?
It's not exactly like next week, so I wouldn't say close, but it has to be within 4 weeks, give or take, to get going for postseason.
Will it be Oakley or someone else?
We don't know yet. Yeah, pushing for it. We'll see. It'll be a surprise for us too.
What went into the decision to have Emily compete on bars?
It's past halfway point, and it was time to get her back in there. When you have an injury, it's when you start putting them back in. And so she is a freshman, and it's time to get her out there. And so it was just a freshman mistake. The energy, the pressure that gets to you. So I don't think she'll be doing that again. And I think, it's just a good experience for her to get back out there. And so we'll have to take those hits now and hope for the consistency later.
Going back to Sydney one last time, I mean, after she had that 10, what did you say to her as she came off?
Oh my gosh, just hugged her, completely ecstatic. I mean, when an athlete gets a 10 and you know it was a 10 and you can understand that they landed every landing and you could just see her face, her expression showed it all, that she was just so excited about her routine. And that's an athlete that you can read her face on whether she's excited about something or she's like, what did I do wrong? And so just purely excited for her is all I really had. no other words can describe it. You just give them a hug and smile.
After her performance, were you expecting a perfect score?
Well, that's what I was saying before. It really did show it. I mean, they can always find something, and you always kind of dig for details in gymnastics, but her chest was up on every landing. She had control on every landing, and dance was absolutely beautiful. So she had every piece there in place for a 10, so it wasn't too big of a surprise afterward.
Last question.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.